Uh, I sorry guys. Sorry guys. I was muted. And I know why, but now it is fixed. Let's start that again. Dave Koken, you passed in hockey last night?
Yes, but I'm going to make one play tonight.
Me as well. I got one play up. I had a terrible night last night. I had my first bad day in months, man. I went 0-3. I lost my NBA play. I lost my baseball play. I lost my hockey play. And all three plays were on a team from Philadelphia. So not loving Philly right now. Carm, how did you do?
1-1 in NHL. Started off well with Colorado. They literally took care of that regulation time one fairly quickly for me. And then the St. Louis Blues reverted back to the game 1, game 2 St. Louis Blues. So a small loss NHL in the night with the juice and stuff, but we're back at it with one play tonight.
Yeah, we all have one play going tonight. Hey, everybody, welcome in. Matt Lawrence, Anthony, Brian. Focus on your bets. Matt Murray, Michael, Bob, Hope. Nice to see you guys. Raymond Reddington, John Howard. I just love having you all joining us. Take time out of your day for a little puck time. Michael Wimblery. Fix the audio. Duncan, Dougie, what's going on, everybody? Hope you guys had a better day than I did yesterday. And for anybody who purchased me yesterday, my humble apologies, man. Just brutal. One play is all Brian Watson needs. Well, we're going to try get you that play, but first I want to give out a couple of promos, and then we'll get straight to it. First off, we're giving a promo out. It's active till Sunday. Dave Koken signed an exclusive contract with WagerTalk. So his plays, his work, his voice, his face, his writing, his analysis, his bets, they're all ours now. You can only find Dave Koken at WagerTalk.com, and I consider that a pretty big deal, Dave. We're doing a promo because we're so excited about having you with us. I know, Carm, your screen is all messed up. Wait till you see it. 50% off of any package from Dave Koken. 50% off a day package, a week package, a month package, a year package. It's a one-time purchase. 50% off. The promo code over at WagerTalk.com is Koken50. That is active until Sunday. Did you know about this promo, Dave?
Yes.
Oh, well, there you go. So,
it's a really good deal because you can choose whatever you want. You want to get one game, you save 50%. If you want to get an entire year of everything I've got, you save 50%. So depends how much you want to save and how much you want to get from me. Have at it, guys. It's a good deal, that's for sure.
Wheezy B still talking about Tatum, the Jays on Boston. Buster has a 5% play up tonight. It's over at sportsmemo.com. I think it's $9 only. So check that out. I won my 5% on Monday. Carm won his on Tuesday. It's Buster's turn, and the play is presidentially approved. Carm, how are you, buddy?
I'm good. It's not. I don't believe it's $9. I believe it's regular price. I think in our chat you read something a little differently, which is 9 spot, which means that he's just on the roll on the front.
Oh.
So it's $40, which is still a fantastic deal because I really like this play as well too. So he's got our backing on it, that's for sure.
Yeah, me and you spoke about it last night. I don't know why I'm having such image issues with you. You're like sneaking in.
It's your background. When you use those Skype backgrounds,
Skype backgrounds bleed.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay, I'll call our engineer tonight and get it fixed up. Anyway, 2 games today. Let's get going. Washington, after a big come-from-behind win facing elimination. They got to feel pretty good about themselves. Minus 110, so it's a pick'em game, over and under 5. Dave, I'll go to you first. I actually like Washington here. I'm going to be betting a small amount on them. You, brother?
It's a fascinating matchup because you've got, on one side, I think the team that's been superior in this series is the Islanders. And they go up 3-0, and it looks like they're well on their way to sweeping the series because they're up 2-0 in Game 4. And then they threw a lifeline to the Capitals, started taking penalties, and the Capitals come back and win the game. And Washington is now on the ultimate free roll because they were dead. They were dead, and they got resuscitated by the Islanders. And they've got nothing to lose at this point, which makes them a dangerous team. Sometimes when a team's in an elimination series or an elimination situation, they can do what Arizona did yesterday, and which is play horribly and kind of just mail it in. Or they can do what the Blackhawks did, which is make a good effort, but really not have much of a chance to win the game and get knocked out. But the Capitals don't fit that profile. They're a different profile. This is a team that won the Cup 2 years ago. They've got a lot of championship players in that team, and all of a sudden, they're back from the dead and breathing in this series. Now, I think here's where the coaching really comes in. And it's the reason I'm not going to play the game, but I do lean to the Islanders. And my reasoning is that maybe a younger, less experienced coach or one who hasn't had that much success wouldn't be able to get his team back on the right page, and they might unravel. I don't worry about that at all with Trotz. I think Trotz will handle this like the total consummate pro that he is, and you'll see a much more focused, disciplined effort from the Islanders in this game. I think the Islanders are just better than the Capitals, and will get out of this with a narrow win.
Dave Koken with us. Carmine, where are you going? I know you love the Islanders. You got a 5% play on the series. You going back to the well?
Yeah. Key word that Dave said, disciplined. Okay. The Islanders were on their way to a sweep in that one. Penalty trouble again. You look at the 2 goals in the second period, and technically they're both power play goals in my eyes. The second one was a power play goal. The first one, the Kuznetsov one at 3:35, that was literally 4 seconds after the penalty expired. So when you're in the zone, usually those ones that come right at the end of a power play, I consider them power play goals because the guy's still not on the ice or he's not back in the play. They let them back in, and then it's 2-2 heading to the third, and obviously Ovechkin is Ovechkin, big game player, and gets them back in. Like they said, if they're disciplined and Trotz can, he's the right coach for this team. It's a blip on the thing. I would like the Islanders to win tonight. It's a coin flip as far as the bookmakers are concerned, minus 110 either way. I'm just going to hope that this team plays well. Pajot's having a very good playoff. Barzal's having a very good playoff. If they can get that lead again, I don't think they blow it this time. As long as they stay out of the box.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think they're going to play way more disciplined. I do lean on under the total, but I'm not betting it. We're not, I'm betting a little on Washington. We're against each other, boys. But I understand and respect. Guys, don't forget Dave Koken's promo code Koken50, 50% off of any package, one-time purchase. It's available until Sunday, and it's a hell of a deal. I would use it on his season subscription, 50% off. That's just spectacular. Boys, Dallas, Calgary. Dallas minus 125, total of 5. I like Dallas again, Carm. I also like over the total. I got no issue with anybody betting either of those 2 plays.
I'm with you on that. I think the total's a good bet here and the over. Listen, Dallas is playing well in this series. There's no 2 things about it. These games have been close, but I think throughout the 5 games, I'm still I'm still convinced that Dallas has been the better team. We saw two Canadian teams, win last night. One of them was not facing elimination. One of them was. Flames facing elimination here, and I just think Dallas closes it out here. You're getting a very small price. At last I looked, I think you only had to lay, where is it, $1.25 on this with Dallas. I like this the Stars team, and it's one of those ones where it's not correlated, but the Stars will score in this game, and it's going to go over the total. So let's go with like a 4-2 final for the Stars tonight.
He's Carmine Bianco. Dave, before we get your thoughts on this game, one of our listeners wants to know SoCal resellers. Prez, no more local radio for Dave. I'm assuming you're going to be doing radio locally, no?
No, I've retired.
There
from
you
that.
go, everybody. He's ours alone.
Yeah, I made a decision when the pandemic came down. It was twofold, and I'm not going to bullshit anybody. One was that when this thing took place, we lost our sponsors. You can't. Nobody's going to sponsor something when they have no income coming in. So the books were closed here, and our show was heavily casino sponsored. Stations, casinos, Superbook, CG Technology. Who am I leaving out? Whoever. I'm leaving one of the hotels out. But obviously they weren't open, so they weren't going to continue to spend the money. And so we had to shut down the show. And I made the decision that, you know what, I've been doing this for almost 35 years on an almost everyday basis. Between doing the show and the prep work required for the show, I decided, you know what, I don't need to do this anymore. And to be perfectly honest, terrestrial radio doesn't pay much anymore. It just doesn't pay much anymore. It's lost a tremendous amount of its listenership. I know what the numbers used to be on the show. I know what they had been heading into the shutdown. So I made a decision to just say, that's it, enough, done. And I'll stick to doing this, and and I think it was the right decision.
Yeah, well, we love it. The only place they can hear one of the greatest of all time is at WagerTalk. That's phenomenal. Dave, what do you like in this Dallas Calgary game?
Well, I'm still trying to find out what the status of Tkachuk is. He is listed right now as questionable, and I think that's a integral part of what goes into this game. I think they're clearly not the same team without him. He is kind of the straw that stirs that drink, even though he's not the best player on the team. He's in many ways the focal point of the opposition, if you know what I mean.
Yep.
I think if they get him back on the ice, I think it's a big, big mental lift for the Flames. But I don't know if he's going to play or not. And so the game's not till 7:30. Hopefully we get some kind of clarification on that. So it leaves me in a difficult spot as far as the side's concerned. Look, I think the Flames can look at this and say, geez, if we just been a little bit smarter, we might be up 3-1, or we might even have this series over by now. Because Calgary's been their own worst enemy. The game, they took 6 straight penalties in one game and eventually blew the lead with 12 seconds to go, and then lost the game in the overtime. That's one. And the problem is, I don't know if they put that one behind them yet, because they did not play well in this most recent game. I thought the Stars, I think you could argue that in this last game, was it game 5? That was the best overall Stars performance in the series. They did it was a close game, but they did a lot of things right and looked like they were the better team. So I want to see what's happening with Tkachuk before I commit to a side in this game, if I'm going to commit to a side. But I would kind of agree that there might be some goal scoring in this game. I would be a little bit hesitant about backing either goalie at this point. Remember, these are two guys who are primarily number 2 goaltenders. Talbot's been he's had some years as a starter, but he's been more a 2 than a 1, and so is Hudobin. And I'm not saying they're worn out physically, because I don't think that's the case, But I wonder if they're starting to get worn out mentally because I did not think either goaltender was really sharp in the last game. So that might lend itself to some scoring in this game.
He's Dave Koken. I know a bunch of you guys said I was having some mic issues. I have turned it up right in time to end the show. I told you guys it would be a quick show. Only 2 games today. Excited about tomorrow. Andrew McGinnis back with us, right? No, Buster. It's Buster.
Buster.
It's Dave, Buster, and Carm tomorrow.
You got your Canadians mixed up.
And we'll be able to talk about his 5% winner that he'll have tonight, which is great. The one other thing I wanted to say just quickly about this Calgary series is it's Calgary when guys just aren't performing on that team. Tkachuk is out. Gaudreau's not had a good series. Monahan has not had a good series.
Carmen, you seen Tkachuk out? It's questionable.
Yeah, it's still shown as questionable. In all honesty, I have a feeling, we never get, especially with, as you said the other day, with these games being in the bubble and reporters not being in there where they get the lowdown. We're just not getting the information. Everything is just the old upper body injury, lower body injury, or unable to, unfit to play. We're not getting information.
What his injury is. He got a concussion, okay?
So,
I don't. They don't have to tell me upper body injury. I saw it, and I saw him wobble off the ice. So we know he got a concussion. And my opinion, for what it's worth, I don't think he's going to play because I don't think you can clear a guy out of concussion protocol that quickly. But again, that's just my opinion, and I have no factual information on that.
Yeah, and he plays a style of hockey that for someone who's coming off of concussion protocol shouldn't be playing. He plays that physical, in your face, throwing checks. That's not the thing you want with a guy who's had that type of an injury. So even though he's questionable, I don't think he plays tonight.
I agree.
There we go, boys. Carmine, Dave Koch, and myself. You watched Puck Time. That's it for today. Remember, Dave Kochen has a 50% offer up. Kochen 50. And Buster at sportsmemo.com has a 5% play tonight. I'm Lawrence Presman, and we'll see you all tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern. Thank you, everybody, for taking the time out of your day to join us.